space. The final frontier. This is the animated podcast, AniMates. Its 45 or thereabouts minute mission to boldly go where a lot of podcasts have gone before. Oh, hang on, that's Lower Decks. Hang on, shit, sorry. Okay, no, sorry, stop. Ah, God, how do I stop this? No, God. Hi,
I'm Jack Quaid.
I'm an amusingly animated guy. I love that we did that, and there's absolutely no one watching yet.
Oh, well, that's fine then. Don't worry.
That's okay.
It'll be on the recording. It's totally fine.
Absolutely. And that's the part I'm the most excited about, is that when this goes out as some kind of animated podcasty type thing, it's going to be kick-ass.
Yeah, everyone will love it.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome,
hello.
everyone. Hi. Welcome to
Hi.
AniMates. It's an animated discussion about all things animated.
Yay!
Which is crazy. Who's done that before? No one. It's
No,
crazy. We're the
I don't
first people to ever think of doing an animation podcast on the entire internet.
I'm so glad that we got in ahead of the curve.
Right? Yeah. Each month, the AniMates get together to talk about your favorite tunes from Animaniacs to Avatar: The Last Airbender and beyond. Together, we'll talk about an animated A-list of shows and movies that tune with our monthly theme, which this month, as you might have noticed, is In Space.
No. You've got to say it.
Scream. I did.
No, you've got to say,
You said,
In space!
Okay, Quinny got it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're going to
In
say
space.
something is in space, it has to be in space.
I'll just gesture at you to do it when I'm
Would you? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. The monthly theme this month is
In space! I was nearly not prepared.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm a professional at this, I swear.
That's right. It's where no one can hear you scream with delight from all of the amazing opinions from my fellow AniMates, including the periodic Table of Awesome's resident Care Bear, David Quinn.
What happens if I give you the Care Bear stare? Is that the one where I'm like, well, hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Then we all start growing hair where there was no hair before.
That's the Care Bear hair stare.
Yeah. And cosplayer extraordinaire and Lego engineer at breathlessness, Gillian Wall.
Thank you. All these qualifications that I don't
know.
earn.
No, you earned them. You worked your ass off for that.
And I'm Will Bennett, who is nondescript and non-interesting. But
I'm
I'm
going to pull you up on that and say, hell no.
No, I'm a writer and producer amongst other things, so you'll get to know me amongst time. But things are secret at the moment, and I'm not allowed to talk about them. But when I can,
That means they're going to be good.
Uh-huh.
It might.
Are you living in the wonderful world of NDA land, where you're not allowed to talk about things because of NDA?
Yeah. Yes. Non-disclosure alternate universes. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what most of Marvel's wrapped up in.
Yeah. Speaking of alternate universes, before we get started, each episode we open up our mysterious multiverse traversing cartoon making mystery boxes.
I like your flex on that one, Will.
Thank you. And then
many of us have mystery boxes, and it's very exciting.
Well, each one has a variant of the same mystery box. It's actually the same one that's traveled to each dimension that we're in.
Yes, mine comes in the form of a chocolate tin. Yeah.
Hey!
You never know what the multiverse will throw at you.
A mystery tube, apparently.
Yes. Later in the show, we'll be rebooting a classic tune using special secret ingredients to spice up the recipe. Each mate has either a show, a cartoon, or event, or an object in their variant of the mystery box. So let's see what's inside the mystery box. Inside mine, I believe I have a show that we are going to reboot.
Ooh. Okay, so this is going to be a thing that we do every single time that we do this.
Inside the mystery box is Animals of Farthing Wood.
Oh!
The journey begins.
It traumatized my childhood, that show.
For $23.82 from Big W, apparently.
Okay. That is more than I would have paid for it, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yes, the price of trauma.
How thick is that, Will, by the way?
Well, it's about as thick as
looks about a VHS cassette size.
It's about 10 A4 like document folders thick.
Right. Okay.
It's very specific.
It is. Yeah, it is thick and girthy.
Yeah, it's thick, girthy, long, and moist because a little.
What have you been doing with it?
Well,
don't get your DVDs
from
wet.
The mystery box paint.
No, it's a mystery box, not a glory box. Anyway,
Quinny, what has traveled to your dimension?
I'm going to reach into my mystery box and oh shit, hang on. It's not so much a theme, or it's a challenge, if you will, a complication, because we wanted to make sure that things. And by the way, in future months, you're going to be able to throw suggestions at us for this. So this is our first time. We're just sort of having some fun with it. But in the future, you're going to be able to throw stuff at us. So for this one, it's going to be an amusing cross-dressing episode. So inexplicable cross-dressing episode is going to be what it is. That's Freddie. Thank you very much for that.
This will be difficult considering none of the animals wear clothes. But
Yeah, well, maybe it's a Freaky Friday type thing.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to workshop that at the end. So what have you got, Jill?
And Jill, what's in your?
Okay, so let's just get this straight. We've got the animals of Farthing Wood in space with cross-dressing.
Yes.
And a hammer.
Nice. Okay.
That's concerning. And already my mind has some ideas as where that may go.
Should be fine.
But we'll come back at the end of the show and we'll pitch this weird idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
I like Ataris. They are worthy.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we didn't exactly say what kind of hammer it had to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So okay. So the format will be, it'll be a show, a complication or a problem, and we wanting you to throw things at us like tropes. So funny robot sidekick, or wacky body swap idea, or go back in time or something like that, and then the object. And then it'll all be put under the banner of what the weekly topic or the monthly topic is. So, of course, this week it is In Space!
Exactly. And do remember to stick around too, because at the end of everything, all the ridiculousness, will open up the StreamYard for you to talk about what you've been watching lately, all the new shows that are around, and ask a question, tell us about your favorite cartoon, what we should put in the mystery box next time, or just shout at Quinny till he finally watches Gundam Wing. Maybe.
Okay, look, I can do it now if you want. I'll just open up another tab and start watching Gundam Wing while we're doing this. Is that what you want?
No, I think we have enough tabs for tonight somehow.
I mean, technically, it would fit into the theme, though, wouldn't it?
It would.
It being in
space.
Space.
There we go.
Yes. So I guess where we're at first is we're going to tell you all about the shows that we like that are
in space. Sorry. I don't know whether you need to, and yes, I do need an echo, Casper.
Oh,
but
good.
Yeah.
And we might as well start with Quinny.
Okay. So that's good. That's going to take an amount of fart-assing around for me to get the screen back that I needed.
Yeah, that's why I thought you could go there.
Yeah, no, good. Thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, so the theme, of course, was in space, as we said. And mine was Ulysses 31. Now, in fact, anyone who could see my shirt would probably have known what I was going to choose ahead of time, but there you go. So Ulysses 31 was made in the early 80s. It was made by a guy called Jean Chalopin, if you want to get all technical and stuff. The central concept of it is that it is the story of Homer's Odyssey, but told in space.
And that is Homer Simpson, right?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Okay, good.
I there are elements of this that I imagine Homer Simpson would have been proud of having written. That's for sure.
Probably he'd be proud of still having the DeviantArt watermark.
I only realized that because I've got a very small goddamn thing. I'm moving on to the next thing. You know what? I'll find out who the original artist was. Actually, you know what? We can probably see. Bactino. There you go. Shout out to Bactino for doing a very nice, clean PNG of Ulysses 31.
Yeah, got a credit.
Logo.
Quinny can't just steal from the internet.
Hey, look, if you're going to steal from the internet, at least say thanks.
Exactly.
Okay, so who are the main characters of Ulysses 31? So anyone how many, do you guys actually know the story of the Odyssey that well? Like,
ish. It was like Jason and the Argonauts and shit, right?
Well,
no,
yeah, no, because Jason and the Argonauts was an entirely different ship and an entirely different crew. But yes, same time period, same sort of concept, except so the original concept. Well, actually, Will, do you know the story of the Odyssey?
You know, I'm so educated that, obviously I do, but I'll let you recount it for me.
Oh, wait, the Odyssey is Odysseus.
Yes. So that's the first kind of confusing thing. So Odysseus was the original Greek name, but when it got translated to Latin, it became Ulysses. So same character, same story, different name.
So he's the Roman knockoff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there you go. There's your first knockoff of ever. No, we really like that Odysseus story, but fuck it, we're going to just change some of the character names and do it that way. So Ulysses is same story of Odysseus. He's fought in the Trojan Wars and is basically a bit of an egomaniac, says that he's better than the gods. In this particular story, he managed to save his son from the Cyclops, which is a gigantic robot in this one, of course. Cool. And then the gods get shitty at him. And I love that this is in the 31st century, but there's still Greek gods who are just floating around in space, just doing god shit. And yeah, the Greek gods get angry at him and say, okay, in fact, you will hear it later when we play the opening. So Ulysses is your absolute typical hero. I mean, look at him. He has a mullet. And
he's got beautiful hair.
It is magnificent hair.
I like that it all seems to be like one piece that goes like around his, like almost like a helmet in a way with like.
Well, the best part about it is they have helmets too, but they have these cool lion helmets, which are very funky. But Ulysses has the mane of the real lion underneath.
Right.
And he has cool weapons and stuff that we'll come back to later. But yeah, the whole story is about him having been arrogant and committing hubris and telling the gods to go fuck themselves. And then the gods say, nah, and you will now spend the rest of time wandering through the 7 seas of the universe and you'll never get home. His son is Telemachus. So blonde, beautiful boy with, I love this, I don't know whether you can see my mouse, but the thing around his head, which is meant to be a wreath, like a wreath of
like
leaves.
A laurel.
A laurel. That's what I wanted, yes. But done in sci-fi. And I dig that.
Cool. Yeah.
And he has the cool weapon, which is like a slingshot, but a laser slingshot.
Ooh.
Yeah, he gets around and flies on this cool hover jet sled thing. He's very annoying. Very, very annoying. Now, this one's one that is an interesting one. So Yumi is the character that is an alien species that they run into, and she is part of the original crew, or the sister of the original crew of the ship. And she is one of the people who doesn't get set to sleep. So the ship that they're on is crewed by 100 and something odd people who the gods say, nah, you've all been bad. Ulysses, you have to do this all on your own. And all 100 and whatever of them just get set to sleep. And they just go and float in a room. And it's real weird. So Yumi is the sister of one of them, and she has cool magical powers. You can tell because she's got a weird ball floating above her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was on like a little ball, like a thing, and people just walked past and went like boing, boing, boing.
Yeah.
Boing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So her brother is Numenor.
He also has a magical ball.
Between the two of them, they've got 2 magical balls. And he's the one that she spends most of the series just going, oh, Numenor, please come back, Numenor. And then about 2 episodes out of the entire series, he comes back, wakes up, and then fucks off back to being asleep again. But when he does it with style.
Classic Numenor.
Yeah. Hello, Numenor. Then, of course, what does every good space cartoon need?
An animal.
Oh, close.
A robot sidekick.
Correct.
I was going for Space Dog, but okay.
Yeah, every good anime needs it, or animated series needs a good robot sidekick. In this case, it is Nono. Nono's skill is apparently.
He looks like he's shooting a bit of no out at everyone.
And the best part about Nono is that he is actually mentioned by name in the theme song, and has his own little bit of the theme song, which I think is super cool. He is incredibly annoying, sounds like he has adenoids, and flies on his cool little space hopper thing. Now, the ship is its own thing too, and its character. So the ship is called Shirker. Shirker is, well, I mean, there are some liberties taken with the story in terms of, the name of the ship and all that kind of stuff. But the Shirker is the one who's basically just is the exposition machine. Through dulcet, boring ass tone. She's a Ulysses, we're coming up on something that you have to deal with this episode.
Right. Yeah. I know that one. Yeah.
Exposition computer. And then, of course, there is the gods of Olympics, who are dicks.
Olympics?
Olympus.
Yes.
Sorry.
Also, the gods of the Olympics are dicks too. But,
yes, absolutely.
Oh, the Olymp dicks.
Yes. So the first one that you see is Zeus, who decides he's going to be a prick about it and sends. And then every now and then they just send these Trident spaceships against the good guys to just blow them out of sky. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You just are dicks, aren't you? Yeah. So storyline themed.
So they are the gods are the bad guys?
The gods are the bad guys. Like each episode has a bunch of sort of lower tier bad guys, but overall they're trying to get to Olympus, which is it's like a nebula in space somewhere.
Cool.
And they're trying to get back, have words with the gods, and so that Ulysses can finally get home and see his wife and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of badly pixelated characters here. But so up in the top right, you get the Sphinx, and there's basically right there is the Cyclops, who is the one who has Telemachus early on. Oh, and Yumi plays an instrument, magical instrument, because that's what girl characters do. They can't fight.
It's all very Legend of Zelda.
Yes, it is. So, of course, as you can tell, looking at it, it is a Japanese style thing. It's an anime that was done it's a Japanese-French co-production. So a lot of the design work is French, a lot of the ideas are French, but the animation is all Japanese. So you get this really cool kind of blend.
There's a lot of that in the 80s.
There was. I don't know what the whole deal of it was, whether there was a particular kind of financial relationship between the two countries or what, but some really cool shit came out of it. But the stories of each episode are usually taken from one of the stories, either of the Odyssey or of just Greek mythology. So I'm pretty sure, I don't remember Ulysses ever running into the Sphinx. No, he does actually. He does. Sorry, in the original poem. But like, you know, you'll run into Sisyphus, or at one point they run into the god of time. So everybody ages differently and stuff like that. But I mean, in typical form, it's always about learning a lesson for the characters and hoping that they get better by the end of each episode. Pretty, standard shit.
Is it serialized, or is it just like, just doesn't matter after every week?
It's a bit of both. Like there's 13, I think there's only 13 episodes, and there is definitely a feeling that you get to an end. And you feel like the characters maybe have grown, but it is quite episodic. Like they are kind of just doing their thing.
Yeah.
The things that, all kids are totally into the ships and the technology. So this thing looks kind of dumb. You're like, oh, that's a dumb looking ship, until you see the toy of it a little bit later on. So this is the fighter craft that they get around in. But the cool thing is it's actually 3. So there is the front bit, the middle bit, and the back bit. So the back bit's a tank, the middle bit's kind of a flying saucer, and the front bit's a cool fighter bit. And it splits, so all 3 of your lead characters can actually do something and fly around and have cool times. So that is obviously a much more up-to-date, cool-ass rendering of it. But that is the ship, the Odyssey. And I wanted a toy of this so fucking bad. And if you look there, that thing in the background is a space station that is, what do you think it's called?
It looks like the helmet, like the
It is the space station where they fought the War of Troy.
Aha, so it's a Trojan helmet.
And it is. And
it's
I was
cool.
like, yeah, this is the thing. There's some really cool, smart ideas in there that, it's a bit on the nose. It's a bit obvious, but honestly, I don't care. It's real cool.
It seems like that's what they're going for, though.
Yeah, they're not going for subtlety. And the big eye in the middle is how it powers itself. So, like, it sort of takes in energy from the universe through that eye, and then that's what keeps it flying.
Wow.
So these are the toys. And, yeah, I would have killed somebody for these things. Like, it's a tank, and it's a cool thing with wheels, and it's a fighter, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of toys released, almost none of them in Australia, or even essentially anywhere but France. So this is the cool gun / lightsaber that Ulysses has.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's funny, when we started watching, what's the show? Rebels. Ezra Bridger uses almost exactly the same design. So there, a whole bunch of toys, a whole bunch of robots. The ship is actually crewed entirely by robots now because everybody else is asleep. And so there was a whole bunch of sort of weird secondary character robots. But yeah, there were toys, and I would have loved it. So cultural impact, weirdly, almost none. So outside of
is that weird? I'm gonna say I'm not surprised.
Okay, fine. Outside of France, it was popular, amongst a certain age of kids, but like it did well in Australia, did well in the UK, massive in France, but everywhere else in the world basically forgot it entirely, which is a damn shame because it's real cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Oh man, it is funky, fresh as fuck. And the other, now that I just realized that I'm going to try and play a video that's not going to work. There have been other versions of the story. Not all of them set in space. So probably the most surprisingly for the importance of the story, like Homer's Odyssey is, one of the great sort of poems and everything. It hasn't actually been adapted very often into film.
Wait a sec, are you claiming that Oh Brother Where Art Thou is a reboot of Ulysses 31, the anime?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
So oh brother, oh brother, where art thou? May or may not have been based on the same concept. Though the Coen brothers even admitted they've never actually read the poem. They just grabbed a few ideas from it and went, yeah, let's call this like based on Ulysses. Yeah. And if everyone ever finds the Amanda Asante version of the Odyssey, which was on TV a few years back, don't. It's fucking terrible. And of course, that is Sean Bean or Sean Bean or Sean Bourne, either or, in Troy, where he played Odysseus. But yeah, now this is the one that I am going to. I don't think this is going to work because I realize that you can't hear the audio. You can't hear that, can you?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Well, then that is the end of my slideshow.
Well, then that's it. And go F yourselves.
Do you want to just play that on YouTube?
Yes, I will. But I do love that Dion's like, is this just a TED Talk on Ulysses 31? That is correct, Dion.
We are all doing TED Talks tonight.
Yes. Now, mine ran a little longer than I intended, so I'm sorry.
I think Jill's and mine might be a little more...
a little faster
of a place and time, we're more performative, but that's okay. I'm the competitive one, by the way.
Right.
It's not a competition at all, but I'm just making it one in my head canon.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh God, has Quinny frozen?
He has. Let's fill.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well isn't that fun?
Well, look, you know what? I was going to save this for my talk. But what I'm going to do now is build the Power Rangers Turbo Megazord on screen for everyone from the separate cars.
Yes. Okay, please go ahead.
This is the red car.
Yep.
Can you drive? This is the blue Ute. This is what I call the Bogan. The Bogan bomber,
the U-Butte.
Yeah. This is a green four-wheel drive, possibly a van. I'm not sure if this is a van or a
it's a bit vanish.
Drive. Yeah, it's a bit vanny. This is definitely like a Land Cruiser or something like that.
Yeah.
Number 4.
It's the soccer mum's car.
And then someone's got like a Toyota Celica, which is nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So the joy of putting together a Megazord. You see, the front of the U-Butte Ute, it opens up and splits apart like someone at a Mardi Gras after party.
Yeah.
Dion, why are these not Power Rangers cars? Is the answer to that. So they split apart and little sticky things stick out, and then your van and your four-wheel drive, they go like, wait a sec, I'll find the right, and then like I can't do it. Wait a sec. This is very difficult, like not on flat ground.
Yeah, I'm sure in the commercial they plugged it as a much different experience.
Yeah, so they all kind of like plug into each other like a Megazord. So it like sticks on the leg. And then his little bit falls out and then it's a foot, like a little shoe.
Nice.
Which is nice. And then the green one does the same. The yellow one. I can do colors.
Oh, he's back. Oh, we're putting together a Megazord, Quinny.
So now
no audio, bro.
Oh, you're muted. So now we have both the legs on. You'll notice the lovely dust that's on it because it's so old. So then what you want is the Toyota Celica here.
Yeah.
Which is the pink Ranger's car, not the white Ranger's car. And it splits apart and has a big fist inside of it, which also happens at a Mardi Gras after party.
I'm really glad I came back for this.
Yeah.
Is my audio working now?
It is.
Oh, good. Thank fuck for that. That was amazing. Like I tried to do that thing and literally my entire computer just froze, went to black and shut down.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no YouTube video for us.
So
Oh
then
no,
we
we can do it.
Oh, good. Okay.
then we
I just didn't want to do that one.
All right. We
so
got
then
the
we
arms.
have arms on, and at this point it would be like driving around on the ground like this, shooting lasers out of the bogan headlights.
Cool. Yeah.
Up there. At which
As you
point the Red Ranger, like in his, because he's in like a sports car,
Mhm.
he like goes "Rrr," and like flies into the top, and he slots in there, and then the headlights go up. That goes up to hold him in, and then up, stay in, and then up. Hello,
Hey.
Oh.
my name's Jimmy Turbo.
Is this what with room lights on it? Yeah.
Yeah, and he sells used cars.
Yay!
Power Rangers.
So that's
amazing.
so that is how you put together a Turbo Megazord.
Oh, is this what you did while I was away?
That was
Yes.
our fill. That was our filler.
That was very good.
I was going to do it in my talk, but you ruined it for me.
Oh,
so I have to do
well,
it
I'm so
full
sorry.
time.
I'm so sorry that the technology let me down.
Yeah.
And Billy Ray Bob,
Pretty
you
much.
formed the Nick.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I've found my clip. So
Okay, great.
here we go. I'm going to share the audio so you can hear it, because what the greatest thing about Ulysses 31, like cool design, cool ships, everything like that, but the thing that has had more resonance with everybody else over the years has been this fucking theme song.
Okay.
So here we go. Wrong fucking thing.
Oh, frick's sake.
Where did it go?
Useless.
It, like,
Let's see that
seriously.
Megazord again.
Yeah. No, what the
Did I
hell?
mention its bum is all wheels, so it can still roll around?
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Look at that.
I am,
Look at
I am
that
so
crack.
sorry.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Because I know I am that lazy that I want to sit around and wheel. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to use my legs to wheel.
I have
Yeah.
totally lost an entire window.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's not do that. Because that seemed like a good idea at the time. But
Yeah, I will say the good thing about Power Rangers Turbo, which is the one the car Megazord comes from, there's an episode where
Mhm.
they all get baked into a pizza, but the pizza is clearly just like a top with like fake pepperoni sewed into it.
excellent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds
Yeah.
amazing. And I. So, as a matter of interest, why did we go down this particular rabbit hole?
Well, because I was going to demonstrate how Voltron comes together, but I don't have Voltron, but I had a Power Rangers Megazord, so I was
Okay.
just
Well-
thought I would demonstrate that, and you can imagine their lions instead. Oh, also, I'm not doing Voltron at all.
No. Oh, right. So who is our next one? Now that I have expounded the desire, the love of Ulysses 31, and I swear to God, I'm going to play this theme song when I can find where the window went.
If it kills you.
Yeah, I will. Like, even if we play out on it, I am going to do it. Okay.
Nice.
So who's next on the list? Is it Jill?
Sure.
Sure.
Yay.
I will go next.
Okay. There
we
go.
are talking about Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I think like one of the greatest anime series of the 90s.
Damn
In
straight.
my
Possibly of
humble
all
opinion.
time. Possibly
Yeah.
all time.
Possibly of all time. And you know how I define that list? It's
No,
if it made
tell
if
us.
it is if it made me cry like a baby.
Oh.
So
Nice.
if I break down into bawling tears, then it goes straight to the top of the list. And Cowboy Bebop did that for me.
Okay.
So Cowboy Bebop is set in 2071. So it's approximately 50 years after an accident leaves Earth uninhabitable. So everybody sort of moves out into the galaxy, habitates other planets. Mars has a huge colony, basically becomes the next Earth. And we follow the lives of a traveling bounty hunter crew in their spaceship called the Bebop. So they kind of refer to themselves as cowboys, hence where the name comes from. So, with our characters, our main character is Spike Spiegel. He is a former hitman and criminal from the Red Dragon Syndicate. Then we have Jet Black. He is a former Intersolar System police officer. So the ISSP are the guys that kind of run the galaxy now. Then we have Faye Valentine. She is a con artist, but she's also suffering amnesia. So they kind of come across her in trying to con them from memory. Like, she woke up on Mars and doesn't remember who she is, but she's got a backstory that we follow through the series. Then we have Ein, who is this beautiful little corgi who is genetically engineered and has a human-level intellect. And finally, we have Ed, who is a very crazy teenager who is a hacker, quite eccentric. This is our crew on the Bebop.
Yeah.
So, the plot. Did you want to say something, Quinny?
No, I was just scratching my arm and going, yeah.
Great. Okay, let me go
Thanks so
into the
much.
plot. Thanks for sharing.
Sorry. In space.
Thank you. Spike, who we have on the left here, has a deadly rivalry with his former best friend and Red Dragon Syndicate member, Vicious, the guy on the right. They were once partners, but Spike had an affair with Vicious's girlfriend, Julia.
Now, in which sense were they partners? Was it like a hot thing, or
no, as in like buddy cops in the gang
in
together.
space? Right.
In
okay.
the
Buddy
space gang.
cops in space.
So, Julia and Spike planned to leave the syndicate together. But then Vicious found out, oh my God, and blackmailed Julia into killing Spike. But instead, she goes into hiding and Spike fakes his death. So each episode is named after a musical genre or a song, and it runs in the style of like a bounty of the week, chasing whoever's next on the hit list. It starts out with just Spike and Jet on the crew, but steadily they collect new members like stray dogs. And the series explores the main characters' backstories and presents Vicious as a recurring villain, as he's now taken over the syndicate and knows Spike is still alive. So, the theme and the art style. So I'd say it is a wonderful hybrid of genres, including pulp fictions. Hang on.
No, did it not work?
It's not going to the next slide.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Hang on.
Does anyone want me to put together a mega?
Yeah, if you there you go.
Okay, so pulp fictions, westerns, noir, comedy, cyberpunk, and kung fu.
And janitorization.
Yes, the setting could also be described as one part where was I up to? One part Chinese diaspora and 2 parts Wild West. A Western live action version could definitely be Firefly.
Oh yeah.
So it explores themes of existentialism, loneliness, the effect of the past on the main characters. It makes specific references to the works of John Woo, Bruce Lee, movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Alien, and extensive references to elements from science fiction. The musical style. It's a blues jazz hybrid and was created by Yoko Kanno, who is here on the right. Probably the most underrated composer of all time. She formed a band called the Seatbelts to perform the music for the series. And it's just so iconic in of itself that you could call it like a characteristic of the show itself, is this wicked cool soundtrack. It was animated by Sunrise Studio, who are responsible for other famous space anime like Gundam Seed here and Seed Destiny, Code Geass, Tiger and Bunny, and manga adaptations of Gintama and City Hunter.
Oh,
now, next, I would love to show you the opening theme.
We're gonna do it. I can
We're gonna do
this.
it.
Try.
All right,
Yeah,
sweet.
try.
Like if it kills my entire computer, I'm gonna do it.
I'm running
Okay.
out
You
of
may have even heard
I'm
of
running
my-
out of Megazords, guys. So-
Okay, here we go. We're gonna see whether we can make this work. Yes, we can. Get ready for the musical stylings of Yoko Kanno. Is that playing through?
Yeah, I can
It
hear
is.
it.
It's time to blow this thing. Get everyone stuck. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
So good.
Okay, so honestly, if that opening theme doesn't sell you on the series, I don't know what will, because like that is like, the funkiest thing ever.
It is
Basically.
so goddamn good. And I think somebody in the chat before mentioned about the Netflix live action one.
Well, may I continue with my presentation?
You
and we will
may.
get to that. Okay. So it's unlike anything we've seen before in 1998. It could be described as a sukiyaki Western, but its main inspiration is Lupin III, which is a crime anime focusing on the exploits of the main character. It received unanimous acclaim from the time of its initial broadcast as a standout in an otherwise run-of-the-mill season. Praise of its production value, Kano's soundtrack, and the show's Japanese all-star cast, filled with veteran voice talent. To this day, it is regarded as an anime television classic that must be experienced, and shows how cinematic and emotional animation can be. Hence the, sobbing, heaving tears at the end of the series that came from me. Ryan Johnson has cited Cowboy Bebop as visual influence on his films, particularly Brick, that we see here. And Ender's Game writer Orson Scott Card also states that the series is better than most sci-fi films out there. So that's a big call. Variations and versions. In terms of recreations or reboots, there's a live-action American TV series in production, starring Jun Cho as Spike, which is, in my opinion, a better than the first rumors of Keanu Reeves back in the day. Filming wrapped in March this year and will be coming to Netflix. And Yoko Kanno was announced as producing music for the series, which to me is very promising in terms of the style. It's written by Christopher Yost, who you can see there in the middle, who worked on screenplays for Thor: The Dark World, Thor: Ragnarok, as well as Star Wars Rebels and Mandalorian. And if, I had to reboot it, I don't think I could, because it's pretty much perfect.
But Netflix did it anyway.
They did indeed.
Yeah. I don't know whether I don't know whether I'd want to reboot it, as you say. But I mean,
No.
I don't necessarily consider translating from anime to live action as a reboot. I was
Just
thinking
like
that as,
a reimagining or an interpretation.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
reinterpretation. It's trying something new. Oh,
Yeah.
Chiquita
All
is
those-
very impressed with your well research segment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Except for people who say like, oh, it's a reinterpretation, then go, well, animation sucks anyway. It's not real until it's live action. I don't like those people.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
We are AniMates after all, so you know.
Exactly. Yes. I highly recommend watching Cowboy Bebop. It is.
Yeah. Did I
brilliant.
mention you're watching AniMates, the
Yeah.
show where we
Yes,
talk about animation?
I mean, it says so down the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
But one thing that I will say, like, I've copped a bit of shit over the however long because of my not watching a lot of animation or anime specifically. But I got to tell you, the one that I'm not most recently, but really got into was Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
You know, I mainlined it. It was, you know, the first time in a long time I just sat down and I had to watch every episode and then the movie, you know, and was emotionally invested in it the whole way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the homage that you see throughout it to like huge cultural, pop culture milestones throughout cinematic history that they reference in the show that makes it so accessible for a Western audience as well, not just a Japanese one.
Yeah, and I think that is a big thing for me. Is I quite often find anime to have a very languid pace. Sometimes it can be, and a little impenetrable at times.
Yeah.
Whereas this one didn't feel that at all. It had a very busy and exciting kind of pace. And see you later, Space Cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Will.
Would
what
you
is
say he's a
yours?
cowboy in space?
Cowboy
Cowboys in
space. Yes, absolutely. I'm concerned about what about Cowboy Rocksteady? There's going to be a lot of
Bebop and
cowboys.
Rocksteady. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes, absolutely. Okay, right. Oh, hang on. I was about to kick you, but then realized that's not going to work. I was going to try and end your stream, but I realized that would boot both of you, so that'd be a bad idea. Right, Will. I know you've already gone through your big reveal of showing us. But
don't worry,
I mean,
I got a baby in a jar. I got a Batman. I got all kinds of things just waiting for you to screw up. That's fine.
If needs be, I've got an actual Voltron over there. If you want me to go get it.
No, that's fine. You'll just ruin the sound of it or something.
Wow!
I thought we were AniMates.
Yeah, I'm the sassy
I did propose another name for this earlier this afternoon, but we're not going to be using it.
Yeah, you can pick out mate stereotype by the end.
Yeah.
Of the show. I'm the sassy one.
I love it. And acquaintances.
Yeah.
Dear. Okay.
And we met
Casper
5
says,
minutes
please
ago.
bring Voltron.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, bring Voltron.
Okay, I'll do that. But to begin with, do you want your PowerPoint up?
Yes, it's not a PowerPoint because I'm cool like that. Ignore the fact that it said vld.pdf at the top of the screen the whole time.
Okay, I will. Right, there you go.
Good,
You're in
I'm
full
so
screen.
glad.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to go get Voltron out of his corner because nobody
Cool.
puts Voltron in a corner.
Well, today we're going to put it in the corner of being one of the best animated series of recent times.
Uh-huh.
There you go. I won't go ever, but, of recent times. And of a thoroughly decent reboot, of which it is hard to do well, I would say. The Voltron Legendary Defender is set in a science fiction universe where planetary energy called quintessence can be used to power vehicles and magic. The series follows the adventures of the Paladins of Voltron, 5 teenagers from the Galactic Garrison who must learn to work together. Galaxy Garrison. I'm so sorry. Don't at me.
You're fired.
who must learn to work together to form the giant robot Voltron, use it to defeat the evil Gora Empire, and encounter teen drama along the way. For millennia, the Gora Empire plagued the universe by destroying other civilizations and enslaving various races. The only known threat strong enough to defeat them is the legendary Defender of the Universe, Voltron. It's a 328-foot tall robot warrior composed of 5 lion robots whose pilots are known as paladins. But who are these crazy old paladins? Who are these handsome devils who rock up? Who is the weird centipede thing? Well, I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad I did ask. Who is he? I can't remember
Why
his
does
name,
he
but I
have
love him.
grey hair now? It's too complicated. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Keith is he's the headstrong, loner, hot-headed red lion one with a mullet. He has a great mullet. I love
I'm
his
so
mullet.
glad that they kept his mullet for this.
Yeah. Then you have Lance, the self-professed ladies' man and sharpshooter. Hunk, who likes food.
The names are just getting more and more Chad. Is there a
Yeah.
Chad?
There's not a Chad. There's no Chad. No.
Keith, and
There's
there's
no Chad.
Lance, and there's Hunk, and there's Chip, and then there's Chad.
Oh, but then
You
don't
didn't
worry.
even get to Chip.
We haven't got to Pidge yet.
Pidge.
Whose cousin is Chip?
That is true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, and they are a delightful character, as is gay icon Shiro
Aha.
Mm.
with his
Yes.
flashy purple hand. You just knew he loves a parade. Bless him. They sort of are they are at the Galaxy Garrison. Shiro has gone missing with some astronauts on a space adventure, and suddenly his pod comes crashing back to Earth, and they all end up coming together when they find him and going on a galactic space adventure in Lions, where they come across the delightful Allura and Karan, who are from the planet Altea, which is where Voltron was made and formed. And they are sort of like Zordon and Alpha from Power Rangers, if you want to make that reference, except Zordon becomes a Power Ranger.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like, yeah, later.
I was going
and
to say,
then
which one's Zordon in this?
the girl. The
Okay,
girl is,
so
Okay.
Zordon is Allura and Alpha is
is
Karan.
Reese Darby, yeah.
Yes.
Which makes sense. That makes sense.
And that is something that I do want to call out right now. Karan is played by Reese Darby from Flight of the Conchords, and he is amazing.
Yes. And then they're, of course, fighting against the evil Gora Empire. That's Zarkon on the left there. He's the main evil dude for the first couple of series until he dies. And then all sorts of mysterious things happen with the witch hunch lady down there, Hagar, who is also something else secretly, and their sexy son, Lotor, who gets in on the Voltron crew and starts banging them also.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
remember that episode.
Yeah, he proposes an alliance, and they fall in love.
Oh.
Not
Oh,
not
that's-
all of them, for a little bit, and then he betrays them all because he's evil.
All right.
But
I'll
he's
watch
just
this, though.
misunderstood.
Awesome.
He is.
It's okay. Yeah.
And
And then
shout
they're
out to
all-
our buddy Neil Kaplan, who is the voice of Zordon. No,
Zordon.
the big guy,
Yes, he is Zarkon.
Zarkon. Thank you. Sorry.
Close.
Yeah. You know what I meant.
Yeah. So what is really good about this show is, I think, how much it takes what was really like a just like, He-Man, Thundercats level 80s cartoon in Voltron.
Hmm.
And turns it into something that's more about the characters, explores them in depth. It's about their relationships, how they become friends and become heroes, and also heroes becoming not heroes, and heroes aging out of being heroes, and that kind of thing as well. So it's got some interesting themes and feelings in there. It's a crier, if you like a crier.
Oh, okay.
A few people have been known to cry. And one thing that's also great about it is its representation. Lance is from Cuba, and he talks a lot about his Cuban heritage in the midst of the show, which is interesting for like a space thing to talk about Cuba. There's an Indian centipede scientist, also great. And it was one of the few shows that had some sort of like LGBT characters in there, which
Cool.
perhaps wasn't its strongest representation, and it's sort of become a controversial thing over time how they handled it.
What aspect of that?
It was interesting. They didn't really do anything like hugely offensive, but basically there were a lot of shippers from the start, which there's trouble.
The Keith and Shiro ship I am familiar with.
Yes, there is a Keith and Shiro ship, because Keith just goes like, "Wow, Shiro is great, isn't he?" And yeah, just generally like puppy love kind of thing. And then, people ship Keith and Lance, and none of those things happened, obviously. So they got, accused of queer baiting and all this kind of stuff. And then miraculously in Series 7, Shiro was suddenly gay and had a boyfriend in one episode before the boyfriend was killed. And then in the 2-minute PowerPoint presentation, we don't have any budget left for animation slideshow of what happened to them after the end of the series, he quietly gets married in a PowerPoint slide.
To who?
Some random guy that has never been seen in the series. Just like a background character.
Voltron killing you gays, really?
Yeah, bless them. And apparently that was all to do with your network interference and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But you would like to think that we're sort of getting past that point now.
You would like to think
so. Yeah.
There was also a bit of a thing with Pidge as well.
Yeah, Pidge is a girl, but basically to join the Galaxy Garrison, she had to be a boy because they don't let girls in. So she poses as a girl for a large amount of the series before she tells everyone, but a lot of them already knew and just didn't raise it and just let her be herself, which was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
So
because the original series did have a problem with it. It was just a whole bunch of dudes and one girl.
Yeah. And I think Pidge is probably one of the better characters in the show, I would say. She has a lot of depth and interesting stuff going on. She finds her missing brother out in space and that kind of thing. So that's really cool. Now, of course, Voltron Legendary Defender is a reboot. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of one of those. They are
I'm aware of this concept.
In these things. Yes, there are also Space Tigers, which I didn't have time to get PowerPoint slides made of. So
there's also a Space Cow, and I love the Space Cow.
Oh yeah,
Coltonecker.
Yes, Coltonecker. So it's a reboot, which is exciting.
Really?
Yes. And when I hit the button, it'll go to a tastefully procured image of a reboot. Yay. Voltron in the 80s was cool, but kind of silly, and had and was basically, they did a Power Rangers, right? It was it was an anime from Japan, as they all are, and they Americanized it badly.
Yeah.
So, Shiro in the Japanese one became Sven, who talked like
Oh
the
my
Swedish
God.
chef. And they did like they pulled the Power Rangers on it
Oh,
and
no.
edited everything out, took out all the people dying,
Oh dear.
etc., etc. It was heavily edited and reassembled. There was rewritten dialogue, omitted character deaths, toned down violence, and altered plot developments. Although they did get the animation company to make a brand new plot arc specifically for the US series. And in
really?
fact, it was so unpopular in Japan that they saw no point in keeping the rights to it and sold the rights to the original Japanese show to the American company, as it was the only place it was ever popular. And the Japanese series never even got a DVD or video release in Japan.
Wow.
Wow. So the
Yeah.
original Go line is almost impossible to find.
You can find it now, but not the Japanese. Well, yeah, but you can find it now because they've put it out. But at the time,
Because I mean, that's almost exactly the same story as to what happened with Gatchaman and Battle of the Planets.
yeah, I'm
Except
sure it was probably the same
Gatchaman stayed
people.
popular.
Yeah. So to this day, Voltron really still continues somewhat, although it's been a little quiet since Voltron. But through the years, there've been various versions of it. There was a sort of sequel TV film called Voltron Fleet of Doom, where
Which
King
I've never heard
Zarkon.
of.
Yeah, neither had I. But King Zarkon allies himself with Viceroy Frock of the Drool Supreme Council to create an armada known as the Fleet of Doom. Keith and his friends combine forces with their friends from the other Voltron Force. But unfortunately, Hagar captures Princess Allura, and Keith has to rescue her from the evil witch. But to save her, Keith has to travel to a land beyond space and time, where he must face Hagar at the source of her power. It's
Sounds
now a collector's ambition because it's so hard to find.
I'm intrigued. I've never heard of it, never seen it. And when you say the other Voltron Force, are we talking about like the vehicle force of Voltron?
We are talking about vehicle Voltron, which is not the Power Rangers Turbo Megazord I showed you earlier. So after that, we reached the time for possibly the best Voltron series, Voltron: The Third Dimension. Or as I like to call it, the gross dimension.
Yeah.
It was done around the same time and in the same animation style as Beast Wars and Reboot in the late 90s. It departed from obviously the original look. There were some changes. Prince Lotor was now voiced by Tim Curry.
Wow.
And Neil Ross, Michael Bell, and BJ Ward came back to voice their characters again, which was nice, I suppose. They must have been very proud.
I guess.
I've tried to watch an episode. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's fucking awful.
There you go. Also, Fry plays Pidge in The Third Dimension.
Oh,
yeah, Billy West.
What was that? Sorry, Jill.
I was gonna say, like, the animation level for this looks like what they use for previs these days. Like, the quality is so low.
Yeah.
Yes, Power Rangers animatics all the way.
This was the time of PS1s, and I think you can tell. It looks like a PlayStation 1 game, right?
I'm surprised that the girls don't have like cubic boobs like Lara Croft did.
Yeah, I don't think they could afford the polygons for that.
Yes, we just smooth it, smooth everything, make it highly reflective. Yes.
Yes, everything looks like plastic.
Yes, previs Voltron.
And then after that was Voltron Force, which was also horrible.
Okay.
Voltron Force, we talked about it a few months ago. It does have the dubious honor of the first time that I've ever seen them combine Voltron in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tried to watch it because I was like, oh, new Voltron, cool. And I thought, let's see what new ideas they've got. So their idea was, instead of the black lion being in the middle, what if all of the lions could be in the middle? And
How does that work?
badly.
Like a babushka doll, they're just one inside the other. And they're all in the middle?
That it just means that
They're
any
all the
single one
same
of them could be
size,
the middle
right?
one.
Okay. So they take
And-
turns of being the middle.
Yeah, and when one of the middle ones changes, they get different powers.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
That's okay.
yeah, I was like, that is perhaps the only thing about that series that is actually interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I do think that Voltron Legendary Defender very specifically. I can't mention enough how specific it is that Voltron Legendary Defender is what I'm talking about.
So not the vehicle Voltron, not the other Voltron.
Yeah, it's a very good reboot and one of the better animated series of recent times. That is also set
in space. Sorry, I was looking at a different screen. Okay, we do actually have a trailer for that if you want.
Netflix. Oh yeah, watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. One thing I do love about it, the main showrunner on it was a guy called Joaquin DeSantos, who was very heavily...
him and Lauren Montgomery, right?
Yeah,
who came from Korra.
Yeah, so and Joaquin had done a lot of work on Avatar, and then was sort of part showrunner on Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it was the two showrunners of Korra who then got poached by DreamWorks and told to reboot Voltron.
Yeah, cool. Which is, I mean, a pretty good gig to get.
Good deal.
All right, look alive, team. And there she blows.
Can anyone point out the mistakes these three made in the simulator?
The engineer puked in the main gearbox. Sorry. For someone in a space exploration program, you don't have much of a sense of adventure.
I've been scanning the system and picking up alien radio chatter. They keep repeating one word, Voltron.
It is time to reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Yes. Soon we will rule the universe.
Guys, you should come see this.
What is that? Whoa.
Good kitty. You are violent ever! Where are we?
You five were brought here for a reason. Together, you will form Voltron, the greatest weapon ever known. Protector of the innocent, and our only hope to save the universe.
There's no pressure.
Defenders of the universe, huh? Got a nice ring to it.
DreamWorks Voltron, Legendary Defender. All episodes June 10th.
Well, only on Netflix, but also now, you can watch all of it because it's all out.
Yes.
So yeah, look, I really enjoyed that reboot of Voltron. I spent most of the time just hoping that at some point in time the Vehicle Force Voltron would rock up.
Yeah. I mean, they sort of hinted at it at the end as like, oh yeah, they're making them whatever.
Yeah. So as you can tell, I did like it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and this one is all metal. It is heavy as shit. Like it was one of those ones that I was like, yeah, sweet, cool. Die-cast toys. I remember die-cast toys. And yes, as Casper said, cool robots don't look at explosions. Yes.
No.
A sequel series? Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do that, but it'd be cool if they did. I don't know why they didn't, because it seemed very popular.
I was surprised because it did do great guns. Like there was a lot of chatter about it. People loved it. But yeah, once it finished, it kind of just stopped.
Yeah. I think a lot of that was to do with all that. There was a lot of like controversy and like internet drama sort of that came along with that show, and they might have felt it was better to just sort of leave that for a while.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
It is. For a long time, it's been talked about them doing a live action film.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't know whether anyone else remembers. You remember the movie Cloverfield?
Mhm.
There was a point early on in when the first trailer for that came out, because nobody knew anything about it, that
Right.
they were rumoring that it was actually going to be a Voltron film.
Oh.
Yeah, because somebody saw something and went, it looks like a lion, and that was it. That was enough for the internet to just go.
Mephisto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You form the Mephisto. Oh, wait, can I get my Mephisto meme up?
Yeah. Yes. Where is it? I don't know. Did you...
Where's that?
Oh, okay. You can do it while we talk about it. Okay, so this has been our space theme, and of course, we are very happy for everybody who's here and everybody in the chat. If you've got a favorite space series, we will open this up in a little minute, so that if you do want to tell us about your favorite space animated series, you are more than welcome to. But there's, yeah, I think it's important that. On this, the week of the release of He-Man Masters of the Universe, we always remember the power of Mephisto.
Oh, poor Fisto.
Yeah, poor Masters of the Universe. Wow, I really Dion's very tempted.
So I feel like, is it just me, or is the mystery box hearkening from?
I can hear it
from
calling
whence
me.
it came. I can hear it glowering in my fifth ear.
Okay, right. So, what are our storyline elements?
Well, just the mystery box.
Yes.
I
spent 2 minutes making this earlier.
Yep.
Good. Well done.
I did not make my box.
There's
This is a box I had sitting around with Transformers in it.
I had a document in it, and I took it out.
Well done.
And then I painted on the top. Thank you. So tonight's elements from the mystery box that we totally didn't steal from a certain cooking show.
Yeah. Iron Cartoon.
The animals of Farthing Wood. The journey begins.
Oh. I love
With
that it
Toad as
needed
their
the journey begins put on it.
Yeah. With Toad as their guide and Fox as their leader, the animals set out on their hazardous journey. And hazardous is the key word.
My word.
Because boy, do they
the
die.
animals of Farthing Wood. With
in space.
Yes. With an awkward and slightly uncomfortable gender bending storyline in space with
a hammer.
Okay, so what do we got? Tell me about the animals of Farthing Wood. Who are our lead characters?
So we've got Fox, who is a fox, and they all live in a wood, which is called Farthing Wood. And there are various animals who live in said Farthing Wood, and unfortunately, human beings are shit, right?
Yes.
It's the 90s, the time of the environmental animated series and film. So, of course, someone in the English countryside has come with a big concrete mixer. They've backed up the track to Farthing Wood, and they have filled in the lake. Concrete is flooding everywhere. The animals are about to become concrete statues.
Okay.
At which point, Toad comes back and says, "Oh, you're about to get swallowed in concrete, are you? Well, I've just been to Farthing Wood. Oh, it's lovely there. Let's go for a walk."
I heard that wrong. There was a slight internet garble on the word farthing.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
I've just been to Farthing Wood.
Yeah.
we need to fucking go.
We need to go.
We need to fucking go to fucking Wood.
Yeah. So they go on a journey with, as you can see here, a badger who has a little mole who he's friends with, and the mole's timid and scared and likes to dig holes. There's Owl, who's a bit of a bitch, and she kind of acts like a British school mistress, I suppose you would say. There are squirrels and rabbits and hedgehogs that get scared of things and roll up into balls, and little voles and mice that get impaled on various bits and pieces.
Anxiety-driven rabbits.
Yeah. Basically, as you go on, every episode, an animal dies in a various violent way, making it one of the best animated series ever.
Oh my god! I just remember
I wasn't
the episode
aware
they
of
were
the
trying
death
to.
in this.
Oh god,
Yeah.
Quinny, yes, the episode where they tried to cross the road.
Oh god! Suddenly the hammer feels a bit more appropriate.
Well, I was gonna say, like,
I think the animals are maybe going to be fighting back in this episode.
Look, there's two ways you go about it, right? There's either the animals find a hammer, learn how to use their opposable digits, how to stand on their hind legs, wear skirts, and start bashing.
The animals all dress up as a human, like, so it's 50 animals in a trench coat style. That's where the cross-dressing comes in.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
I feel like how do we get them into space?
Okay, they were going to Farthing Wood, and then but they thought they could get there on a shortcut. They thought they were getting into the back of a truck.
You know what?
But it was a spaceship.
You know what? The
I like
concrete, they were laying down the concrete for an English countryside space station. Yes, and they thought they were hiding in a shed, but they're actually hid in a rocket ship on the way to space. And and then they ended up on the space station Farther.
Farthing.
Where you know they escaped into the Woods Dome and and encountered poachers and all these kinds of things, and and also one of the farmers that shoots the tries to shoot the pheasant in the face. He has a cross-dressing subplot as well.
Oh,
so he's like hunting around his farm.
He's dressed up as a woman, so the animals dress up as a man to try to seduce him.
Yes, sexy Bugs Bunny style.
And then hit him over the head with a hammer.
Absolutely. The thing is, I'm imagining all of this in 0G. So the animals are like 20 animals in a pair of pants and a shirt, desperately trying to hold on to each other as they're floating around, trying to get purchase on anything just so they can get one good hit with the hammer.
I'm sure there's gravity in this forest space station.
So is it like a big space station that actually has like its own biosphere in it or something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And are they going to run into aliens at any point in time? Sorry, aliens.
Ooh. So some like animal aliens, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hang on. What have we got there? Oh God.
Oh, Quinny, you need to watch this show. It's really literally bad.
Like. Is that a pheasant about to get its head blown off?
Oh yeah, it just
pheasant. I liked pheasant. Pheasant was a good character.
God!
Oh god, here are the anxiety rabbits. By the way, they were always saying, "Don't panic! Don't panic!"
Oh no, this is the mice.
mice.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, like a butcher bird.
And the bird eating the dead mice.
Yeah, it impales them on the thing. It kills them by
it's a butcher bird, Quinny.
Oh
no, the hedgehogs get squashed.
No, I don't want to watch this. I like hedgehogs. They're my favorite.
Oh no.
They deserve it.
No,
don't stop. Keep going.
Just run, you little bastards. No, not a lorry.
Oh no, he's freaking out. He can't do it.
Okay,
God,
Okay, I'm gonna say that maybe this all happens later on in the series after all of these, and then all of them come back with cybernetic implants.
Robot animals of Farthingwood.
Yes,
Yeah.
in space. That was a big close up on a wheel.
And then and
Oh,
then they turn it.
Kestrel.
Well, and then they turn. Oh yeah, she kills that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Jesus
bad fox. I
Christ.
forgot about the bad fox.
Oh yeah, he. Eats
There was a
him.
bad fox.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
fox
yeah.
was the orange
Then
one, and
they
bad
get-
fox
they
was
get-
the
They
grey
get to the
one.
nature reserve, and then there's like rival foxes there, and then they sort of have a battle for territory. Oh, and then the stag gets shot to death. Oh, and then the fox gets shot to death.
And what about the stoat?
Oh, that's a weasel. She has the best
Oh,
laugh.
yeah.
Yeah, I like weasel.
Weasel is
Oh,
annoying.
She no.
Yeah.
Okay,
she's
now
the
to
best.
capitalism.
Yeah. Oh, and then her husband dies. I think the weasel's husband dies. His kid dies. Oh, she ate that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am learning. Okay, yeah, clearly a weasel, whatever.
Yeah.
Could have been a
And then
stoat.
the baddies are rats in the like rats start plaguing the nature reserve in the last.
Do they have
series.
voices? Are they like
Yes.
the kind of
Yeah.
See, I was a
Yes.
big fan of Wind in the Willows, the traditional claymation version.
Mm.
Oh yes, I remember that one. I like
And
that
I
too.
loved the weasels and rats and stoats in that because they all sounded like geezers.
Oh, I don't recall
know.
any geezers in this one.
Yeah, nah, Mr. Toad, what's happening, Mr. Toad?
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
do remember that because they
Yeah.
were like the gangsters.
Yeah, right. Come on down. I'm a gangster, bruv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the subplot for this, right, is that they're on like this nature reserve space station, right? And then the people
Okay.
in the space station who are monitoring the nature zone go like, the animals are all killing each other. Why are they all dying? And then the team has to go in to investigate. It's like Jurassic Park, but every animal is vicious and out to kill everyone.
Oh my
Okay, so-
god.
And
You
they're
have
all
Dark
just
Gritty
dying
reboot of
around
the
them.
Animals of Farthingwood. You're casting the
Yeah.
animals as the bad guys.
Yeah, it's like the Hunger Games, but with woodland creatures and Jurassic
my
Park
God.
scientists going in to try and find out what's happening and why.
You know what? I mean, look,
How
it
come
turns
these
out that-
animals don't form a giant mega animal?
Yeah, well, they could because
Yeah.
they're cybernetic now. So that's
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, and also
Um,
this has got to be, a few hundred years in the future or something. So maybe are they putting a stone over Jesus' animals?
Yeah,
Right?
No, it was Badger. He died of old age.
Oh,
Yeah.
badgers always die. No, even in Wind of the
rabbit.
Willows, there was Badger, Michael Horden.
Yeah,
I don't know
Quinny,
who
if
that
you're
was.
up for some like hardcore trauma, definitely check out Animals of Farthingwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm good.
But and also I'd recommend probably the most delightful animated movie of all time, The Plague Dogs, which is a real light. It's a light animated romp, I would call it. It's about two puppies who are being tested on in a lab. And
Yeah.
at the start of the movie, they're sort of thrown into a pool, and he's drowning. It's he's like, oh god, was he going to survive? He does survive because they're going like, oh, it's all right. He's holding his breath for longer now, so they're testing how long they can drown him for. And then
God.
they try to escape, and then as they try to escape, they go down a chute. But the chute isn't to the laundry, unfortunately. It's into the furnace. So they're in the furnace, and then they slightly escape the furnace, and then they escape into the harsh
Hang on,
wilderness.
just checking. Is this an animated movie or a book?
It is a animated movie, which was the follow-up film from the director of Watership Down. You might
Oh,
be
good
surprised to
God.
know.
Am I also
But it
right in
was
thinking
10
it's from the writer of the Triffids? Isn't
No, it's
the
book is by the Watership Down author as well.
who also, if memory serves, wrote the Triffids or the Day of the
Okay,
Triffids?
well, maybe yes.
Richard Adams. Oh
Yes,
wow!
Richard
Okay.
Adams. Okay, also Choose Afterpay. Did I mention that we're sponsored?
Oh. Good work. Okay, let's just remove
Unshare that
one
for
then.
a minute.
Yeah.
Just unshare that for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And then I'll show you what has been described as the most brutal opening to a kids film I have ever seen.
Okay. Make that go,
Okay,
make
you
it go
can-
full screen. There you go.
You can reshare now.
Okay.
Day 1 of death.
This is very dark, Will.
Yeah. So basically, horrible things just keep happening to these dogs for about 2 hours, until the end, where it's discovered that the lab that they were in at the start, they were testing a deadly disease or virus, and they believe that the dogs are infected with this virus, and so they send the army out to kill the dogs and hunt them down. And so they run away and get to the beach where they're cornered, and they start sadly swimming out to sea. At which point the credits roll in, and it slowly rises up to the sun.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have nightmares.
This is very dark. Thank you, Jaquita. Yes, it is John Wyndham. Sorry. The Chrysalids is another story by John Wyndham that I got confused with the Plague Dogs. This is really doing my head in, dude. This is, oh my god, the dog's dying.
I would please like to not watch
let's-
this anymore.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That is no. I'm not into your dog.
I'm okay with
snuff
the
movie.
woodland creatures, but not dogs.
He's
Yeah.
alive.
Draw the
He's
line.
fine. They pull
I
him
draw the
out.
lines.
They pull him out. He's
Oh look,
fine.
he's pulled out. Everything's okay. Everybody's okay. The dog's fine. Okay.
Oh, and then they do some. Look, the water's pouring out of his mouth. They're looking
Okay,
after
no
him.
more.
Yeah, no, we don't. This is no.
No more.
This is not.
It doesn't have the furnace scene, unfortunately, but
I'm
you
glad.
can imagine it's like a little dog scratching at the door of a furnace while
Just
it's lighting on fire.
Stop, you
So,
dark man.
Where are we at with the space episode?
Okay, so we've
And
got
this is the big baddie, right?
one of the plague dogs.
Yeah, and the plague dogs come and they've infected Farthingwood's space zone, and that's why they're all killing each other.
And that brings us to the end of our mystery box.
Yes, well done. Congratulations for making that a lot darker than I expected.
Thank you. I find it's good to smile in the face of horrific things.
I like that Jill's face is more of a grimace than a smile. Yes. So what we do want is for the next one of these, which will be in about a month's time, we want you to send in your ideas. Now, we probably won't make it as dark.
No, we'll try not to.
Yeah. Honestly, it could be darker.
I'm not sure. Could it though? Yeah. No.
Leave it with me. I'll find something.
I'm worried that you write things for a living. Like, you write cartoons for a
That's all right.
living.
It's so I know how not to go too dark in my own things, right?
Okay.
Gotta see the dark to become the light.
Okay, Batman, whatever. So yes, please send us your bizarrest suggestions. Also, feel free to put them in the chat and let us know, like complications, difficulties, things like that. We'll put up a post on the Facebook so that you can throw us some stuff, or just send it to info@theperiodictableofawesome.com and it will go into Will's mystery box.
Which is a euphemism.
Right. So that brings us to the end of the formal bit of the show. If we can call it formal.
This is the end of the formal proceedings of the evening. Please please wait until your row is called to leave the area.
Yes. But if you would like to tell us your favorite space-related shows, specifically space-related animated shows, I'm just trying to put the StreamYard thing in the chat, and it is, of course, failing miserably to do so.
Oh, I can see the link written there.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah.
It there? Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's because it just came. There we go. It also came up as an error. So if you would like to join in, please come join in. Let us know. There are, of course, a whole bunch of other animated series out there. And see, Dion is getting very upset that we've forgotten the most important space show, which, of course, is
animated
Space Wars.
Oh. Yeah, is it animated, Dion? You can only talk about the animated one here.
Yeah, so that means, yeah, you need to talk about droids or Ewoks. Unless Dion has another more important animated show that is set
the
in
holiday
space.
special.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to do it, you get on in. You just have to. You can do it on your phone. You can do whatever you need to do. If you're going to tell us that we're wrong about a space show, now is your, and it's not Star Wars related.
Oh
my God!
Oh, I bet it's Star Trek related.
Oh, while we're waiting for people to join in, while we're waiting for Dion to join in, I'm gonna play that thing because now I know what I did wrong before.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So this is the opening theme to Ulysses 31. And it is the badness, and I love it so much.
Honestly, Dion, it will make the same. It'll take the same amount of time as it took us to make our PowerPoint.
I'm not sure whether or not he can hear us while we're.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus. But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a terrible revenge.
Mortals, you sentence you to travel among unknown stars. Stay as lifeless as stone.
Creepy floating
Ulysses,
dead
the
people.
way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory.
Father! Oh, Father!
You are alive, my son.
The lyrics.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's fucking sick. Look at that cool ass laser swords, fucking flying around and shit. Gods. Yeah, trident fighters.
Oh my god, this should be a Eurovision entry. This is like a banger.
Hang on, No-No's bit. Is that
Oh
not
my
a fucking
god.
banger?
Entered into Eurovision. Clear winner.
Yeah, pretty sick.
And if you loved Ulysses 31, Quinny, have you checked out Saint Seiya?
No.
Oh,
I don't know
okay, there's
anything
another
about
one.
Saint Seiya.
Well, it's also set in space, and it's all about the what do you call them? Like the gods of the astrological gods,
Oh, okay. Like so the
like Leo and
oh.
Taurus and all that kind of stuff, and they all have gold shiny armor and shit.
The set of scales isn't that threatening, but you'll work it out later.
Okay. Casper, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Casper.
G'day, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Is
How
yours
are you?
about the
Great.
friendly ghost in space?
He does go to space. I'm pretty sure,
Does he?
Casper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does go to space.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
man. Everybody goes to
I
space.
don't know if Scooby-Doo does, but I'm sure he does.
They had
I
to
feel
have
like you
been an
should.
episode.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a direct-to-video movie where he went out.
I mean, he met Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Nah.
of
It just
those,
seems like the next logical step is to go to space.
yeah. I mean, the Ninja Turtles went to space. That was actually
He went-
really good.
Scooby-Doo went to Twin Peaks, so that's what.
Oh, wow, what?
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Makes
In
total
Scooby-Doo
sense.
Mystery Incorporated, they had a bit where they go through into the Red Room from Twin Peaks.
Oh my god, Rob, yes. Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
Monkeys,
I freaking
yeah.
love that show.
That's like, as I was saying earlier in the chat, Captain Bucky. Who was
Oh.
a space rabbit. And even
Okay,
had a
I-
crossover with your Jimbo.
Ooh.
Am I
That's
thinking? Well, let's just check.
I'd also
I've got
recommend another series called Lunatics Unleashed, which was about which was a
sounds familiar.
superhero take on the Looney Tunes.
Bucky O'Hare, sorry.
Where I
Yep,
believe
I
they
gotcha.
went into space.
So that'll be Bucky O'Hare.
Oh, he's so cute.
I had a whole set of these toys as well.
I'm not sure whether that audio is coming through or not. There's, right. I'm also not sure that means if when that audio is on, they can't hear us. So.
You're looking for a picture, well, this is it. With Jenny, Dead, Blinky, and Willie do it. I said, Bucky!
Yeah.
I
mean, it's so 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can hear both. Good. Okay, that's cool. We can commentate over the top of it. That's good. I mean, I'm getting like severe anxiety just from this intro.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the intro. It just doesn't stop, does it?
It's just like Bucky, Jesus, fucking Jesus.
Take a breath, dude.
I feel like Marvel are watching this and they're like, okay, Winter Soldier, Bucky's new series.
Down a space rabbit.
Does have a very 40s sound to that name, Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah. You could do that actually. You could do like Bucky and Rocket Raccoon, but do it like that.
Well, you know, you could do Bucky, Rocket Raccoon, and then Howard the Duck in this like full Avengers animal style.
Bucky and his animal friends.
What was the other one? Simeon?
Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys. Such a good cartoon.
I vaguely remember some of that. Yeah. So was that Saturday morning? Saturday Disney?
I don't remember.
Okay. Let's just bring that one up. There we go. It's got a bit of a Star Trek vibe.
Winston.
Wow, cool bad guy.
Oh yeah,
Badass monkey. Holy shit, this is cool. Oh, hang on. Oh no, I thought Dion had joined us. No, it's just Casper's been pushed down a little. Oh god, did he just send his brain out to fight that guy?
Yes, because he was a rhesus monkey that was like experimented on and like, yeah.
This is intense. Yes, that is the word for it. Holy shit. I mean, for all the world, looks like it should be dumb as hell, but I'm kind of into it.
There you go.
Captain
Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
You have to say space, like space.
No.
Space Monkeys.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so good.
Dion is here. I'm into it.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Simeon and the Space Monkeys. Yeah.
Like space.
Space Monkeys.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so good.
Dion is
Someone's
here.
got a couple of windows open.
Yeah. I think it's Dion's audio. Is it your audio, buddy?
Maybe.
Oh, there you are.
Is that right?
Oh,
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, better now.
Sorry,
You can't hear the weird echo of us talking about 3 seconds before.
What?
Exactly.
I'm disgusted that you guys haven't even remotely decided to talk about the best cartoon from the 80s.
Well, I do hope
Okay.
that if you're going to add us like this, that you've brought a PowerPoint.
Dino Riders?
Funny you should mention that. Here's when I whipped up. No,
I would have been
Had me
super
going.
impressed.
I thought you disappeared for 5 minutes from the chat to quickly make a stupid PowerPoint.
I'm gonna make it work. No, hang on. How do I share my thing? Wait, share. There we go.
Share. You use the share button.
Share screen. All right. Okay.
And share the right tab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
share
screen, I choose you.
Screen.
And-
I choose you.
Okay. There we go.
What is?
Oh, what is this?
Holy shit, dude! You are digging into something that I. Oh my god!
This is the best.
Is she in a mecha?
No, this is
that's the chest.
All right.
I've never seen the intro. I can barely remember this series. Like and that ship is very cool.
It's all fucking amazing.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Robo Story.
Fucking Robo Story.
I have never heard of this.
Oh my god, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. I do remember it.
Oh wow.
It was so obscure that I actually thought that it was the thing that I had dreamed when I was a kid.
Like Beck in her
Did the music
dream.
sound Red Dwarf?
I was going to say it sounds like Stargate too.
A little bit, yeah.
Very grandiose for a kids show in that time.
Oh, you're definitely there. It's like you're thinking they're going through the Stargate. And
the black
Yeah.
Wrigglers.
Ah,
The white
Wriggler.
Yes.
Okay.
The bad guy watching her while she sleeps.
Infinity.
Oh, we're going. There we go. Okay.
You can stop that now. So tell me about Robo Story, man. I know a bit about it, but yeah.
Okay, so Robo Story is a 1985 cartoon, and it's back to the whole thing. It's a French co-production, or a French production, based around a girl whose name is Mathilde, except that's not actually her name when they translated it to.
No, I was going to say I can't remember what her name was, but
Blueberry. That's right.
That's right. Wow. Yeah.
They called it Blueberry when they went there. But it's basically a small girl gets shot, sneaks aboard a rocket, gets shot into space, and ends up on a planet with two robot factions, one of the nice robots and one of the evil robots. And it's about her trying to get back. And it ran for 52 episodes.
Holy shit.
Comprised about 25 minutes of actual cartoon. It was like literally with that intro taking up 3 minutes, and they're about 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Nice.
But
it is a very long and slow intro, right?
Yeah, but it's very French and it's amazing. And I go out there and watch it because it has.
I just remember one of the characters. So there was Blueberry hanging out with all these robots. One of them was called Robot Pasha. I don't remember why. But then there was Robot Moron.
Yes.
And Robot Moron was sort of an idiot savant.
Because there's good robos and bad robos. So you got to remember this about the whole sort of thing is that there are evil robots which look like stormtroopers, but they're black, and their leader is a white one. So it's kind of a weird thing. They look like Darth Vader.
Yes. and his name is the White Wriggler.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Yes. And then the other ones, the other robos, the Bell.
He's the lowest of the low.
Is nice. There's there's Robot Colossus, Robot Moron, Robot Radar, Robot Magician, and Robot Hobo.
Hobobot.
All led by an old robot called Old Robo.
Of course.
It's the best. Go out there and find it. It's amazing.
I honestly had this thing in my head as being a thing that I'd watched but couldn't remember for years. I couldn't find it because it's not exactly a particularly memorable name. All I could remember was the black and the white Wrigglers. And there's an episode where like the white Wriggler is obsessed with being like the next one up the chain. And it's all color based. So he starts off as a black Wriggler, which means that you are the lowest of the low. And then he becomes the white Wriggler. And at one point he falls into a furnace and his armor becomes red hot. And he's super excited because he's finally the red Wriggler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
it makes complete sense. I tell you.
If you're talking
Now,
about big cat anime
now-
shit, there's the space one for you.
Yeah.
Now, Hobart, or Robot Hobo, is it's French, so it'd just be pronounced Hobo anyway, right?
Yeah.
Buh.
Robot Hobo.
C'est
Robo-
Hobo. Il est
Robo
un
Cluster,
Hobo.
Robo Moron, Robo Radar, Robo Magician.
The thing that I love about
And Robo don't do that.
I love Robot Moron because, like, you'll ask him something, and he'll then spit out some like, you know, very French philosophy. Like he'll throw you a bit of Nietzsche or something like that, and he was like, "To live is pain, to die is pain." And then they're like, "Why'd you say that?" And he's like, "I don't know."
I have a certain
Did he like suck on a cigarette when he said that?
But the fun thing was it also had a really kind of fun industrial soundtrack, and it's totally unlike anything that anyone had ever seen during television. Because we're watching, like, I'm watching Inspector Gadget, and then this.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
and this
a
is sort
total
of-
change.
That's the sort of thing that I was like watching cartoons on the ABC, because I remember watching this on the ABC and I'm like, this is 10 minutes of weird French animation, but it's got robots, so I'm down for it. What are you?
It feels a bit Star Warsy. It's not, but it feels a bit Star Warsy.
It feels like I should have been watching SBS, but I wasn't.
Because in Tasmania at the time you couldn't get SBS.
No, there were only 2 channels.
Yes, ABC and Channel 9.
No, channel for
ABC and Static.
Yes, and I like Static.
Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting.
Yes. So Casper, Bucky O'Hare was your space one. Do you have any other space ones?
We've got the Mighty Ducks, the animated cartoon series,
Yeah.
where they were ducks from space who played ice hockey.
No. Ducks from space.
And the villain is voiced by Tim Curry.
Oh. Yes.
It is currently airing on Disney Plus.
Really? Okay, I'm finding the
Oh,
intro.
actually, I have my when we're past the ducks in space, I have something else that doesn't belong in space. to talk about.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
why.
Is it a
They
red
should
regular?
always be-
Because okay, here we go, and there's the Mighty Ducks in space, from 1996.
What's up, you guys? Today's animated
Oh
series.
no! Come on,
No.
let's do the intro. Oh, you piece
No,
of
it's
shit.
just a review.
Why did you get a review? Why didn't you get?
I
the
am.
intro?
There we go. I'm sorry. I'm a professional. Transmito en español.
Ain't no turning back.
Yeah.
Got to be the mighty ducks on the black attack. Look out, clear the way.
Whack attack. Jesus. Wow. So, the amount of big hair on these ducks is amazing.
Burning up the ice. It's time to stop the
But now
mighty
they're in
ducks,
space.
and you're gonna pay the price. Here come the mighty ducks. Fight was for no. Let's hear it for the mighty ducks. Time to rock and roll. Let's go. Let's go. Ducks rock.
Man, there's a lot of rock. And did you just have a flame sword?
Ducks rock. Hear it for the mighty ducks.
The mullet.
There's a lot of mullets going on there.
The amount of
I'm
fairies
kinda-
that are very stimulated right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad they didn't have a crossover with DuckTales.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
This was after DuckTales and all those were gone. This was like late Disney afternoon where they were starting to slowly enter the downward trajectory of good cartoons.
I don't know. This was it. Oh no, it was after Gargoyles, wasn't it? Will, do you have one you want to add?
I do. Now you may say ducks in space. Sure, cool, whatever.
No, I would say ducks
I
in
raise-
space.
I will raise you dinosaurs in space
Oh,
with,
yeah.
of course, dinosaurs.
Wait,
not even Dino Riders.
I'll pay Dino Sources.
Oh no, we can't. I don't think we can hear this one.
It's very.
It's fine. The visuals are great. We can
very faint.
We can Albert Hi, I'm
dinosaurs on
vaguely
two
remember
legs.
this.
Space dinosaurs.
Space dinosaurs. Like Jurassic Park.
He's
Why
got
am
like
I
a
gonna have
Captain
to
Planet
buy
ring.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
I?
they turn into dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. This
Oh
is
my
cool.
Have you guys not seen dinosaurs before?
No.
No, Chiquita, I don't think there are Dino Cups to go with the dinosaurs.
The whole dino set.
Dino plate. And dino knives and dino forks.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I think I vaguely remember.
Oh my
like,
god, their logo bites you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
That
must.
shrinking
That's
feeling.
wild.
Did I
We've
mention
all had
this
that.
stream is sponsored by Hungry Jacks?
Oh man.
That is wild.
That is-
Yeah, that was a show that was never on TV when I was a kid, but we would go to like the video shop and they had the complete series of dinosaurs for some reason. So we just get like two videos worth of dinosaurs. And
It sounds like it
really-
was a straight to video one.
No, it was on. It lasted for like one season. There was a toy line that got cancelled, but is now worth like $1,000 per toy if you can find them.
Bloody hell.
And yeah, it's just like super corny and cheesy. It's basically Transformers but with dinosaurs. So there are like evil dinosaurs and good dinosaurs from space. And they arrive from space at the same time. So there's the dinosaurs, who are the good ones, and the reptilons, who are the baddies, who are led by a T-Rex called Genghis Rex. Of course.
A very normal
and-
anti-hero.
Yeah, and you know, there's like different dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs find 5 kids and give them magic rings.
Some planet rings, thank you.
Which actually have planets on the rings.
It was like,
And dare I
somebody
say, a
focus-
lot of the same people who worked on this would go on to work on a certain other show very shortly afterwards, and it's perhaps
Planet
not a
Wings,
coincidence.
yeah.
Strange.
Dion, you look like you've got something to say.
No. I'm just confused by the whole idea of dinosaurs.
Yeah,
because
Well,
they're
he's thinking-
dinosaurs. That did they leave before the cataclysm? Had they?
No, the planet still exists. The planet still exists.
Okay.
The dinosaurs
alien
never.
dino.
Yeah, dinosaurs never originated on Earth.
Yeah,
By the
and
sounds of it.
the
Yeah.
dinosaurs,
I mean,
and the
how does that-
dinosaurs is the first episode. They find the hidden valley where the real Earth dinosaurs still live, and the baddies enslave those dinosaurs.
Okay.
But hang on a second. These dinosaurs are coming from space, right?
Yeah, in sources. That's why they're dinosaurs.
And they've developed.
Good.
You know,
I'm glad.
they've developed speech and interplanetary travel.
They are aliens. Yeah, they are aliens in the
The
form of
dinosaurs on Earth, are they the
Uh,
same people or species?
No, they are Earth dinosaurs that are
Yeah,
the same.
but I mean, did they develop
but they are
into, like,
not.
totally separately, or did they get seeded? Like, this is the important thing. Like,
I feel like you were digging way too deep into this.
There's a lot of lore in dinosaurs, and what I would recommend is that you go and find the creator Michael J. Uslan, who went on to be a very big movie producer and does like a lot of DC and Spider-Man and all this kind of stuff.
I feel like
He
I feel like
decided
I'm on a
that-
Joe Rogan podcast. I'm like, no, explain to me how the dinosaurs are related to the dinosaurs on this planet.
Yeah.
Now-
well, the interesting
have
thing is
April.
that the dinosaurs can, they all have like little things on their chest, and they can devolve into their dinosaur forms. So they are evolutions of dinosaurs.
Hang on, so
as
so
we
are,
know
are they
them.
normal kids the rest of the time?
No, they're they're like space dinosaurs that can
Okay,
talk.
weren't there
and-
kids wearing the rings?
Yeah, they find them on Earth because they
Wait,
used to
so
be
hang on,
5
wait.
normal kids, and then they
Evolution
found some new friends
is
from
done
outer
through
space.
technology now. So where are our human plates? If we take them off, we find them in our bodies. Then we take them off and we become apes.
Fox News watchers. Yeah.
You know, I was
Apparently
very
this
torn
got
before we did this episode. Sorry, go Casper.
Sorry, somehow this got 65 episodes.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot to be mined out of dinosaurs in sources, don't you know?
There's not, but they do it
That's
several
13
times.
more than
over.
Robo Story, and that's a travesty.
Yeah.
So I was very torn as to what I was going to do. I went for Ulysses just because I had the shirt and and the DVDs, but which I was the most excited thing I've ever found at a convention. I was like, "Is that Ulysses?" And it was Madman that put it out. But the one I was going to choose, other than that, is this. Star Blazers was the most badass sort of anime to very very. Yes, I was waiting for the music.
That almost killed me.
We're off.
Searching for a distant star, heading off to Iskandar.
Yes, they just somehow managed to get Iskandar in there as a theory.
We must be strong and brave.
So the concept of Star Blazers was basically it's Robotech and it's Macross and all that kind of stuff. Same sort of thing, but instead of there being a giant spaceship thing that is a giant robot, they dredge up an old warship from World War II that was sunk, the battleship Yamato, and convert it into a spaceship. And then they've turned most of the spaceship into a giant fucking gun. So the bulk of it is a giant gun called the wave motion gun that you then have to. It takes an hour to actually recharge after they've fired it once. And I love the hell out of that series. So that was my other space series that I was going to go for.
I'm
Now,
curious about did you even think about the phrase? Do you know the story behind the Japanese battleship Yamato?
No, not particularly.
Perhaps
you want
that? Oh no! Is it...
Well, I believe it was sunk.
Yeah, that's what Wikipedia is for. I'm not here to Google shit for you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have an educational evening tonight.
True, unless you're going to talk about Silverhawks, I'm out.
Oh, I did think about Silverhawks. I was very, very close.
No one thinks about Silverhawks. Terrifying.
No, everybody's thinking about Silverhawks at the moment because they're talking about rebooting it.
Oh, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just this week. I'm assuming because somebody, watched He-Man and went, "We need one of those." Yes.
Now
they are looking at doing Silverhawks.
Now,
well, I've had my bit to say about this. So I'm like, I've done my Robo Story. Go look it up. I'm dabbing and out. There you go. Oh, amazing.
Back to space.
Now
he's gone to space.
We've had ducks, dinosaurs,
monkeys,
monkeys,
rabbits, Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
What if I brought you Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh no. Oh no.
Allow me to introduce Galaxy Railways.
Because the ship in space is not bad enough. Now we're going to put... guess you've got Astro Train.
Yeah. Okay. Struggling a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
it's chunking.
Yeah.
And we can't hear it, but so
well, that's okay. The visuals aren't important.
All right.
I mean, the sound isn't important.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
super serious about his train in space.
Yep.
Yep. Now, I think we've hit our time.
It's an emotional anime about
It looks very
space
emotional.
trains. Yeah.
And I am very impressed. Oh, good. He's got the big collar of all good 70s anime.
It's
I'm
like
pretty sure this
Gundam
was
with
like
trains.
the same animators that did the Daft Punk album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The album anime.
Yeah.
When was this made, Will? This looks quite modern.
It's recent, yeah.
So, okay. Big tanks, trains in
Sure.
space,
Yeah.
big collars, cool hair.
Yeah.
He looks
The
like
galaxy
Captain
railways on which we travel continue ever on.
God, you'd
Into
get
space.
taken. You
Oh,
get
man.
taken out something fierce with that.
I love it. This is clearly just a big thing for train nerds. You know?
Yeah.
Like I've got a friend, Jared, who would probably love the shit out of it. And yes, the question is why, but that is a question we're going to answer another time. I think we've come to the end of
Oh
our
wait,
time.
don't we have something to show them for our next show?
Oh
Yes. What are we gonna do next
We're gonna
time?
tell you about next month's theme for you to
Yeah,
tune in.
we
Yes,
are.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing
As
on
soon as Quinny
Tuesday?
can reload the page that he's working on, because a bunch of tabs died when he was doing this, and so now he's trying to find it all. So just talk amongst yourselves for a second while.
Did I mention? Do you want me to build the robot again?
if you could bring back out the car
I can
robot, that'd be
deassemble the
amazing.
robot. I can also have the baby. I got a baby. It's fine. Can do the baby. Baby doesn't disassemble.
Did you have another one, Jill? Another space one that you liked?
Oh my god, there's too many. I mean,
You were saying
I
you
think-
watched Wing, right? Gundam Ring.
Yeah, oh, okay. Not Gundam Wing, but Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. They are my favorite Gundams. They were the ones that like my jumping on into the Gundam fandom because there was so much drama. It was like space opera. It was so good.
You
And,
know which one I like, which is kind of
yeah.
not liked very well, is Iron-Blooded Orphans. I kind of like it.
I've never heard of that.
It's
But then there's
Gundam.
another one, Macross. Like
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
really another famous like space anime.
Yeah, with Bryan
Yeah,
Cranston.
with Mecha.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Bryan Cranston's the voice in it. Yeah,
Oh god,
like
I
young,
don't watch
young
dubs.
Bryan Cranston.
and well done on just bringing in the old dub versus sub argument there.
You have
So
to
bef-
at some point when discussing.
Yeah. Oh god, I
anime.
don't watch dubs.
Ew.
Ew, dub. Ew. Okay, so next time that we are doing Animates, our theme is going to be magic. Oh,
There's so many. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in about a month's time, we'll be coming back and doing another episode of Animates. Keep an eye out on the socials, and you will see when we are talking about that. And we'll be asking for ideas for our mystery boxes and all that good stuff. And we have a few other things that we want to play along with. Yes, the mystery box is back. We do have some other fun things that we want to try and throw in. So keep an eye out. We will be doing this again, especially if you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
But if you
very
haven't,
much.
then they'll just quietly shove me and Jill off to the side and carry on.
Oh no, sorry, buddy. Jill's here for the long haul.
Okay, no, me.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
What's the homework for Tuesday?
Oh, that's a very good. Oh, the Moth Effect.
Yes.
I love that you even call it homework. We are.
I watched Tomorrow War because of you guys.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
so sorry.
Don't do that.
God, I feel really bad about that now. Yes. So yeah, Tuesday we are going to be looking at the Moth Effect, which is on Amazon Prime.
Wonderful little comedy sketch show.
Oh,
yeah. Made by a person who has been on the podcast, our good friend Jazz.
Oh, it's like the first thing that they advertise as well when you hop onto
Yeah, they're really putting some effort into
Perfect.
to advertising that one. Yeah, and sorry again. So yeah, check it out. Do your homework. Watch that, and we will see you guys, everybody out there, very soon. Thank you. I've been Quinny.
And go watch the Plague Dogs.
No.
No, I'm not watching the Plague Dogs. That's it. We're done.
He's
Okay.
been Quinny. I've been Jill. You've been
Will, and we're the
Yes!
Brady Bunch looking at each other.
Yeah, and we're all AniMates.
Always.
Bye.
Bye.